What's good, YouTube? It's Rage Rail. So in today's video, I want to show you guys this gun flanker close mini scheme in Madden 23. So if you enjoyed this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go in and sub and turn on post notifications on. So first and foremost, thank you to the sub who actually DM'd me on Instagram asking me about this formation. Now, I have heard about this formation in Madden's past whenever I think it got popular around Madden 21, I believe it was, or maybe in Madden 20. It was 20 or 21 where this got really popular for this flanker close. So it was meta for half a second, and then it kind of just fell off. Now, a couple of you guys probably still use this formation, but those of you guys that haven't, make sure you lock in because it is a really nice formation, but you have to be careful when you use it. So first and foremost, the playbook, I am in the run and shoot offensive playbook. Again, I'm in the run and shoot offensive playbook. Now, this formation is only found in run and shoot, okay? You can't find this in any other playbook, and this is an alternate playbook. So if you're on MUT, look for the run and shoot, or it might be called something else on MUT. I'm not sure. You guys know I don't play MUT like that. So anyways, run and shoot. Now, I said it in a previous video, but CFLs, I was doing PS4 CFL. I was trying to, but unfortunately, I couldn't get enough people to stay, so we're kind of not doing the CFL. But it's still open for you to join. So if you're on PS4, you want to join, go to my website, allthingsmadden.com. The link to that is in the description. And if you're interested in ebooks at all, so for example, if you wanted an ebook on this particular formation, you can go to my website, allthingsmadden.com, and you can actually go to the ebook section and you can look at the ebooks I already have. I have about 15 different formations, offense and defense. But if you want another formation, your own custom formation, like I said, like this one, you would go to the personal ebook section. So without further ado, let's go on and get into this. So what you need to understand is when you should run this offense, okay? So first and foremost, what we're going to do here, we're going to look at the quarterback slot package, but we're going to go more in depth in this in the depth chart, okay? So when I would run this, so I would not personally use this offense on MUT. I feel like there's better offenses to use. This is more of a CFL / regular team offense. So if you're on regs or if you're on CFL, I'd recommend you use this. So for example, let's say I want to load up with the Panthers, right? Panthers are my team. I want to play with the Panthers. But if we take a look at their wide receivers, they have okay, DJ Moore, who's 93 speed. That's cool. He's good in real life, but on Madden, they have his speed really bad. We have Terrence Marshall at 91. I mean, we can't even play with 85, 86. We have another 91 speed, right? So our receiver core is not that fast as a unit. So this is when I would consider using this offense. So what we're going to do here is go to our cornerbacks. And if you guys remember, we have a 95 speed cornerback. So whoever you want to be your slot receiver for your cornerback, you need to have him as your number one cornerback. So remember, Dante Jackson is number 26, and he does have 95 speed. Now, what's kind of important too is kind of just notice, you want to keep in mind their stats. Now, he has 75 catching. Now, if you want better catching, you can just put JC Horn, who has 92 speed, I believe. He has a little bit better catching. Now, pay attention to the short, medium, and deep route. I notice how it's kind of bad. So if you wanted to, if you notice you're not catching the ball a lot, you can actually go back and you can put in, JC Horn is just number one. Or if you want to, you could put in somebody like him, who I think he has like 89. So just be careful. But that's really what you want to look for. So you want to look for speed, and you want to look for, most importantly, is going to be catching. Now, route runner isn't too important, but it helps to have decent route running, and you'll be able to see that here in a second. But you really want to look at speed and catching, okay? I took all the time to tell you that so you can know. All right, so what we're going to do is go to the slot cornerback package. Now, notice what happens. So it's going to put our slot cornerback, our number one cornerback, in that slot position where 26 is. Now, what's important is if you go to sub somebody, notice how DJ Moore shows up here. But if we go back, DJ Moore is actually on the outside left. So this is extremely important, okay? Because you will mess up this packaging if you do this. Please do not sub nobody in at this wide receiver spot. Nobody. Absolutely nobody. Because if you do, you will not be able to get your slot cornerback back in throughout the whole game. So please don't make that mistake. So let's say I want DJ Moore number 15 is. So what I would need to do is I will come here, I will sub in this receiver right here, and then a lot of times you can reset it. So I'll go over with the right stick, come back, and now notice DJ Moore's not in, so now I can come over here and I could just, this is kind of how you want to do it. You have to kind of play around with it and then come back and see where he is now, and then you just kind of have to play around with it. Now it auto puts him here, so it's sometimes you can get him, sometimes you can't, and like I said, I could probably do a separate video on this. I don't want to keep going in depth in this, but like basically you would have to go back in your depth chart and take him out your wide receiver one, basically is what you have to do. But like I said, I would break all that down in the ebook. This is just, you know, I don't want to waste you guys' time. But anyways, to get him, you will just need to go on your depth chart and move him from your wide receiver 1 and put him at like 2 or 3, and then you'll be able to have him here because this formation auto puts him in the slot. So it auto puts your number 1 receiver in the slot, so that's the problem. And then when it does that, we can't get him. So yeah, like I said, I don't want to take any more time, but if you are curious, that's how you do that. You just need to switch it, which I may. I'm here right now, and I hope you guys do appreciate it. I try to make my videos not so long for you guys, but sometimes I get caught up in trying to show you guys a lot of stuff. So basically what we can do is we should be able to be safe and put him at number 3. So if we switch him out now, theoretically we should be able to get him in another spot, but it may be too late because let's see. Yeah, because they're being a pain. But it's normally not this bad though, I promise y'all. But I don't want to waste any more time on it. So what I want to do is I want to show you these run plays. And the 2 passive plays I'm going to show you is going to be this RNs Switch dig and this PA drag. So, and also, I just want to touch on this again because I hate when things don't go according to how I want it to. If you want your guy in, just make sure you sub him into the depth chart, and then it should put him to where he's not at your wide receiver 1, to where he won't be in the slot position. But I promise you, if we sub anybody here, right here, it's going to keep him, and we'll no longer have our slot cornerback. So just, it's one of the add things on here, but you know, it's fine. But first and foremost, what I'm going to do, I'm going to come out PA drag, but I'm going to show you these run plays. So we're going to go to $, because most people are going to play some type of light style defense when you run this formation. So I'm going to show you, we do have speed at the linebacker spots. We have safeties, and we do have speed all the way around. So what we're going to do is come out and cover 3. Now, most of the time, people are going to start off pinching their defense, and I want to show you the run first, then we'll back the ball up and show you the pass. All right. So nothing special about this. It's just literally a counter. As long as they don't have Kenny Clark going crazy, and obviously that was a terrible run read, I should say, literally terrible. But I'm not a runner, okay? Get off me. But anyways, you guys can see the Packers are flying around. The counter works. It's okay. It's just a nice sprinkle. You don't want to live and die by this. Okay, so when you come on this offense, you really want to just be looking to dot your opponent up. Just the run plays are okay. They're just your literal typical run plays. They're nothing special. I was just showing you what they look like. So what I want to do here is go ahead and dive into the passing concepts. Now, I want to show you about 4 different setups, I believe I want to show you. And basically, I want to show you to where it's a true mini scheme, if that makes sense. Now, we're going to look at cover 3 first. Now, for the first play is PA drag. So what we want to do, there's a couple ways I like to run it. So the first setup, we'll take triangle. We'll smart route his route to where it's ran a little bit deeper. So if you look at it out, unsmart route it. So notice how it's ran right here. And if we smart route triangle, our slot cornerback, it's ran a little deeper. Now, we'll take circle, we'll take X, put him on a streak. We'll take circle, put him on a slant. I like to take square, put him on a smoke screen, swing our running back, and we're going to motion this guy out right here. We're going to motion snap him, but I'm going to spy this guy right here, just so we can have a little bit of time in the pocket. But you normally want to motion snap him, so I'll just show you me motion snapping him. I just personally like it better. So you take him out, motion snap him, and it's a simple read between circle and triangle. Now, the only thing that sucks is that can happen right there. Remember how the catching is bad, okay? So you have to know that you really can't get cute with the catching. So notice how we did drop it. And again, if you want this to work well, it helps if you look at the cornerback's catching. So whoever, has the best catching on your team is normally the cornerback that you want to use. So hopefully I get enough time, and I'll try to show you here with smart route, triangles route. And you don't have to motion snap the slant if you want to. It doesn't matter. But again, I like to try to possession catch, but it seems like it may be better to always rack catch it, because that's 2 drops in a row wide open. And yes, that can happen in game where he does drop it. That is the risk that you run using a cornerback as your slot receiver. But it may be better with somebody like Trayvon Diggs or something, or somebody who's known for catching the ball, So maybe we'll try to rack catch it and see. Yeah, so it seems like your best bet is probably the rack catch, even if you have to, maybe get an unfortunate animation. So we'll take a look at cover 2, and we'll go and try to see if we can rack catch it, because unfortunately it seems like we're not going to be able to catch it how we want to, just because Dante Jackson's catching it just that low. And his route running is just that bad. But we'll look at other coverage. We'll take a look at man coverage. We'll look at all that in a second. I just want to show you triangle. He's just going to get wide open. And we'll try to, that's what I said. The bad part is with you rack catching it, you have to throw this ball earlier. But you can try possession catching it. It's just, your best bet, if you always want to make sure you have a great chance of catching, you want to rack catch it, which is square. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, pressing square. But anyways, I love this setup right here for one, because no matter what coverage they play, we're gonna beat every coverage to basically have a double crosser set up. I know this is a slant, but it runs almost as deep as a crosser, but it's a simple high-low between both sides. Notice how we could have had that gap right here if we waited, or we could have checked it down low if they were zone dropping. And also the same thing over here, we have the high-low on this side. So it's basically just a double high-low concept, and it works really well. So we'll go ahead and take a look at man coverage as well. So with man coverage, it's actually pretty cool. I like a separate setup for man coverage. So what we're gonna do here, well, actually, you know, I'll show you something. So we can literally run the same exact coverage, except what I like to do, I'll take square, put them on a drag if I know they're playing man coverage, and I'll block my running back, or I'll swing him to the same side, and I'll motion over the slant. It all depends on what style of man they're playing, but the slant can get open. Now, triangle, I want you to notice how it's actually a man beat the post route, and you notice right there he did drop the rack catch. So even the rack catches are not that safe, so just keep that in mind. But what's cool is that, keep in mind, he has like 15 route running, right? Like 15. And notice how he's gonna stick his foot in the ground and actually run away from him. But the problem is just catching. That is literally the only thing you have to worry about. You just sometimes you just can't catch it. So like I said, I would recommend you using a star cornerback like Jalen Ramsey, you know, Trayvon Diggs, maybe even Sauce Gardner. He might be able to be good. Somebody who's a star cornerback, you know. So it's just really tough. Now, also another thing too, I'm gonna show you another variation just in case you know you don't have a good cornerback. I'll show you another variation. But for man coverage, I do like to take X. Now I can smart route his route. I'll take triangle. I'll throw him on a fade just to kind of clear things out. I'll take circle, put him on a slant, square on a drag, and then if I want to get my running back out the way, I'll swing him. So I love this setup versus man coverage as well. So what we're gonna do is motion him out, and we have basically like a three-way read. You want to look at X first, and then circle, of course, would be like a late read, but X did not win versus man that time, so we throw the ball out. So this is basically just, this setup right here is banking on the fact of they're not putting purples, and we're banking on the fact of this receiver being better than that cornerback, because this corner route can beat man. Notice how he sticks his foot in the ground, but 25 just plays it perfect. So, you know, it's just one of those things that you just want to look for, you know. And you're basically hoping the user follows the slant. You're really banking on this getting open. And if it's not, you're banking on this guy right here winning against his man versus a drag, unlike what happened that time. So really, really love those two setups out of this play for man coverage. Now, the other zone coverage setup that I like is we're going to take circle, put him on a streak. We're going to smart route X's route. We're going to take triangle, put him on a hitch, square on the out route. We're going to swing our running back to the right, and we're going to motion across this corner route to turn it into a motion over post. Now, this motion over post is basically like your hot route master post route, and it's going to be able to clear over every single zone in the game if I have time. And what I like about this, as of course I figured that's what happened where I got to throw out a sack, but what's going to happen is that he's going to be able to clear over the top of every single zone. So if you have a cornerback who's making you mad, you're upset that you can't catch the ball every single time, I love this setup as a variation, because what's going to happen is that this route right here, this hitch route, because of this post, is going to clear up this hitch, and that's why this hitch sits open. He's only right here because my quarterback is still in the pocket right here, but this post route, when you motion it over, is going to clear over the top of every single zone. Notice how I could have thrown it up here. It's just, you know, like I said, I ran out of time because I am in all Madden practice mode. So really love that, and this works versus every single coverage, by the way. I'll show you cover 2, and I'll also show you man coverage. All right, so we're going to, again, that setup is smart route X's route. We're going to take circle, put him on a streak, square on the out route, triangle on the hitch, swing our running back to the right, and we're going to take this guy, we're going to motion him across. Now, you can motion snap it if you want to. That's completely up to you. But notice right here, triangle is going to sit on him, and we're going to have X get open, and we get a terrible throw on the run by our quarterback. But sometimes motion snapping them, they'll let the vertical hooks play this hitch route a little bit better. Sometimes, like I said, they do. But worst case scenario, you always have the option of Playmaker this guy too if you want to. But this will kind of simulate the user, and if the user happens to be on this side, basically we'll just grab this guy and Playmaker him, if that makes sense. So you have reads open every single time, no matter what. So again, I love that versus cover 2. Really every single zone coverage. Now, when we talk about man coverage, there is another variation that I can run. So you can motion this guy over. You can still smart route him. You can still take circle, put him on a streak. I would just take triangle, put him on a drag right here. And basically for this, you want to look at square, see if he can get open. But that's not your first read basically. So it's just between these two, right here, these two. But if you want to, you can read this out here if that makes sense. Like if you want to, if you know you have a good matchup, you can try to lowball that right there. Of course, I'm gonna throw a pick because it's all in frax mode. But if you have a good matchup, you can definitely look at curls. Curls still do beat man coverage if you have a good matchup. Okay, you just can't run curls with everybody. You just just something you have to notice. Like if I notice that with my star receiver on who knows who that is out there, I would do that. That's basically all I'm saying. But anyways, circle on the streak. We're gonna take triangle right here, put them on the drag, and then circle R1. You can swing them too if you want to. It's up to you. But it's just a simple high-low read between triangle and then X, because X is gonna run across the field a lot more. Right now, keep in mind this kind of gets to ebook territory. I don't want to give you out too much for those of you guys that do end up buying it. But there's other setups. There's a ton of setups that you can use with this one play right here. 4-man coverage, literally a ton of them. Now, what I want to do next is put the ball on the hash, because with this setup, you want your 2 receivers to be to the wide side of the field. So your 2 slots, excuse me, you want these to be the wide side. So for this setup right here, we're going to talk about the RNs Switch. And all you want to do, you want to take X, motion them across, put them on a streak. Let me baseline to bring that purple back. And what you want to do next is take square, put them on a smoke screen, and that's all you want to do. Now, if they happen to play a cover 3 where the safety's on the opposite side of our trips now, you can have a 1-play touchdown with cover 3, but most people won't do that. But I just want to show you just in case so you see what to look for. So if you notice that, a lot of times you can actually just have a sneaky 1-play touchdown if somebody doesn't adjust their cover 3 correctly. It's just something to look for. Now, you don't want to, obviously just pray for that to happen, but just give you an example. So I'll correct it from here on out. I just need you to see that so I could, so you can know that, hey, I can actually throw that, So again, square on the smoke screen, motion over X, put them on the streak. That's all you need to do. So what I'm gonna do here is actually flip the play, and I just put the cover 3 on that side, and then we'll pinch because most people play a cover 3 style like this. And again, for this setup, all you want to read between, you want to look at X hot, you want to look at square, and then you want to look at circle late. So you kind of got beat up at the line and all that. That normally doesn't happen. But versus every single zone coverage in the game, this is what I love to set up against, versus every single one. Now, sometimes depending on who you have at quarterback, you can throw this hot. It all depends on who you have, okay? Now, he's not going to be able to throw it hot. I think that's Sam Darnold, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so Sam Darnold's not going to be able to throw this ball hot, but you have a chance to. So realistically, your reads are going to be between this receiver right here, number 1. This is normally your number 2 read, and this is normally going to be your number 3 read when he clears up about right here. That's normally where your number 3 read is going to be. So, again, I want to show you versus cover 2. Now, cover 2, you actually have a 1-play touchdown that you can actually use versus cover 2. So what we're going to do here is take X, motion across, put them on the streak. Same setup, literally the same exact setup. But if they happen to be playing cover 2, X is going to give you a 1-play touchdown just about every single time. I got a bad pass lead, Jesus Christ. But you seen where I was trying to throw it at. Literally, you're going to be able to split the safeties, and you want to pass lead it inside, and I'll show you that here. But I got a bad pass lead on this ball, but I just want to show you where it's going to be at. So what's going to happen is nobody's going to touch him because of how cover 2 is aligned. And you want to pass lead this ball in here, if that makes sense. I got a terrible pass lead with a pass lead here, but you want to aim the analog stick to pass lead it over there. So I'll show you that one more time because you definitely can have it. We'll even press 2 just so you can see that. All right, so we're gonna go to RNs Switch, take X, put them on a streak, square on a smoke screen, and again, you just want to watch it, wait, and then you want to pass lead it inside. That's the pass lead I'm looking for. And if you have the speed advantage, you can have a 1-play touchdown just about every single time. Now, let's say for some reason that's not open, right? Then what you can do is, but I'm just telling you, it will be open every time versus cover 2. But if for some strange reason, the stars aligned for them and some reason it just wasn't open, whether a user did it or put a middle third by the mid read, no matter what, what you can do is, okay, dang, X isn't open. Now look at R1, and then you can wait, and then you can actually hit square, or you can read between circle and see if that could be open in the middle. So if you're trying to do like some zone blitz or something. So love that. Now, cover 4 drop is the last thing I'll show you because this is not a man beater play at all. There's better man beaters in here that I just don't have time to get to because, like I said, this is not an ebook video. This is just a mini scheme, and it's just showing you how to run this mini scheme. So with cover 4 drop, there's a chance that you can split it But I wouldn't take it. I'll show you what I mean, but I wouldn't take it, okay? It's gonna look tempting, but just don't do it, trust me. So that's what you're gonna be tempted to throw, and please don't throw it because you will throw a pick. It's tempting to throw, I know, but try not to throw it. I don't want you guys throwing picks using this offense. But anyways, you're pretty much always gonna have this running back open, and you always have him open. Those are really your two reads when you run this, because these routes are ran so deep that it's going to push back every single zone coverage. That's why we have these easy outlet reads. So anyways, that's a wrap it up for this video though. I do hope you have a blessed day. I'm Rage Real.